Welcome back to Cryptogains for another video. In this video, I want to show you the Bitcoin price chart, show you what I see. Hopefully this can help you on your journey in investing in crypto. If it sounded interesting, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to show you something really powerful with this Pi cycle indicator. What is it? What does it do? Well, there's two forms. First of all, this is not financial advice. Please do your further research before you invest your money. We have two types of Pi cycles. We have a Pi cycle that calls the top of the cycles, called the Pi cycle top, and then we have a Pi cycle bottom that calls the bottoms of the cycles. Now, the Pi cycle has been very accurate in the past. It's been able to call tops like an absolute boss. If you use that indicator, you will know. And you know, back in 2021, it called the top here, where these little yellow arrows that I've done, right? It called the top here perfectly, and it also called the top here perfectly in the past. So if you want to search the Pi cycle indicators, click on indicator on TradingView, type Pi cycle, and then you grab up the Pi cycle top and you will see exactly what I mean. Which one? Pi cycle, and type top. Pi cycle bottom, Pi cycle top, or just Pi cycle indicator. Pi cycle indicator will show it, and then you can see exactly where it's called the tops perfectly. How does it call it? Well, you're looking at two lines here. And we're going to use the bottom as an example, right? We have a red line and a green line. It's very simple. When this red line comes down and crosses with the green line, that usually resembles the bottom of the cycle. And then it crosses, with the Pi cycle top, it usually puts like a line in the middle to say this is the bottom. Now you can see here how when this cross happens, it lines up perfectly with this sort of low price that we see in the wick down here in the price action. And this was dated back in 2015's bear cycle. So the depths of the market came straight down here. This cross right here represented the bottom of the cycle, and it was correct. Now if we move forward to 2018, you can see again, right? So we have the massive rally up in 2017 to 2018. We see prices start to fall down. This red line comes falling down, and then it crosses with the green line. That first initial cross is what confirms that you may have well just seen the bottom of the market. So the cross right here crosses with the green. Take a look at price action. You can see in the candles down here, this was the bottom of 2018 cycle, and it done it again in the future. So what are we looking for? Well, with this, I'm trying to, because you know, are we still at the bottom? Has the bottom even come in yet? No one knows, kind of thing. Well, this is going to sort of show us if it has or it hasn't. I'm kind of looking at this for an entry out to find out when the bull market's going to begin, because you can also use it for that. And if you take a look back in the past again, you can see I've drawn two circles. The blue circle is the entry point that confirms we may have just seen the bottom. That's our first cross. Pi cycles get two crosses, and you can see in this one, this was the first cross here, and look what happened in the second cross, where the green line crosses with the red line. As soon as we seen this green line cross with the red line, that sort of just says, you know what, you missed the bottom. You had all this chance to sort of buy what you can. If you've missed it now, it's too late, because we are going up. And as you can see, as soon as this green line and red line cross, price action starts to pump up, and you can see that the candlesticks start to hold support on this red line. You see it? And that's when things start going crazy, parabolic, and we start seeing a bull rally. And it's that simple. That's what I've been looking for. These two entries, the blue entry, the first cross, and the second cross. So let's take a look at 2018 cycle, and you'll see what I mean. So we had the massive crash down. We saw our first cross right here, and then the second cross was when this green line crossed with the red line. Once we saw that, price action came shooting up. It was supposed to, relatively hold this red line. We saw the C19, right, which then was a black swan event that brought it straight down, but we came back up again, and look at where price action held. It held on this red line all the way through as a bull rally. And then this is pretty much what we went through recently, right? 2021 cycle. It called the top here, and if you look at on-chain analysis for the Pi cycle top, that's what it called it. If you look at on-chain analysis, this area here was sort of where the top was. RSIs were at its peak right here, stochastic RSIs, everything was at its peak. Yes, we saw a higher price here, but we started to see divergences in things like indicators and stuff, and that's why people believe that there was a double top. This was supposed to be the top. Anyway, All we care about is these entries. We want to know when it's crossed once and when the second cross is coming. Because now we can see that with the second cross, usually we see price action come above for Bitcoin, and it relatively holds support on the red line. So let's take a look at what's been going on in 2021, 2022. No, 2022, 2023. We saw the first cross right here, which at that time resembled this as the bottom. But you can see we did come down for another low. Could it be something similar to what we saw here? We saw a high and then another high, like a double top. Did we see a double bottom here? Because, when you look at it on like the total market cap, I haven't got the market cap chart up, but it just shows market cap size. These are usually more closer together, meaning like it's similar to this. It's not such a big difference from here to it's not that far off, to be fair. So that was our first little cross. We saw the red line come down, cross the green line. That was our entry point. Anything here, for me, has been a phenomenal buy. Like I said to you in the past, anything down here, because when this cross, the second cross comes, you've missed it. You've missed the bottom. You've missed all the chances to make as much money as you can by grabbing coins cheap down here. So, this is why you want to get as much as you can before this second cross, right? So let's take a look at where the second cross is. We haven't had it yet, but you can see we're relatively close. So, once this green line crosses with the red line, just like in the past, and this red line starts to shoot up, it's likely Bitcoin could start holding this red line as support, just like what it did back here and all the other places, right? So, and essentially, we could probably use this red line as a good indicator as to where Bitcoin may fall to as well. So, if Bitcoin was to fall down, where's this red line right now? This red line's sitting about $21,000. $21,179. We could use that as an indicator as to, if we do see another little pullback for Bitcoin, maybe it comes down to this red line. So, write that number down, the price down, 21,179. You can call it 21,200 if you like. Just somewhere down there, because if Bitcoin just has a little drop now over the next sort of week or so, that's where I would be looking, because I think it would hold this and then we'd see it start to come back up. But time will tell. If anything changes in that time, I will let you know. But this is a powerful indicator. It's not something to play about with. It's something to really take serious. We've seen what it does in the past, and we can kind of get an insight as to what it would do again, should it happen, should we see this cross. So guys, short, sweet and simple. If you liked it, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Actually, real quick before I go, take a look at this as well. Just real quick, I'll give you something else. This is the ribbons, the EMA exponential moving average ribbons, EMA ribbons. And as you can see in the past, these ribbons work sort of like similar. These look for trends really. And you can tell when the trend is reversed, because if you look at price action, every time we see a cross in these ribbons, meaning this yellow line comes down and you see the tangle in the ribbons and then you see a cross. Let me just grab up an eclipse right here. This is the cross. That resembled a trend reversal right here, because the yellow lines came down. The yellow now was underneath. You see, the yellow was underneath for all this time. And price action couldn't break above. You see, it kept getting rejected. Rejected off these ribbons. Rejected. It tried to break above, couldn't do it too much. It had a little uptick up here, but it came straight back down again. This is shown trend, like when trends are happening. So this was a bear cycle. But recently, if you take a look recently, we've broken the trend, right? And you can see here, there was a tangle in the ribbons, just like what I showed you before. Real quick, just drop it to you. And this here represents a trend reversal. So the yellow is now above. And if you take a look at where price action is right now, this is like, your more recent time view, because on the daily time frame, right? The other one was on the weekly. You can see we're holding support on these ribbons. If we break these ribbons, then, expect prices to come down to like the 21,000, like I said, 21,100 and something, maybe 19,000 at the worst. I don't know. But we could potentially hold this and start to come back up. So let's see. I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'll drop you some updates on, more videos on technical analysis if these ribbons change, if it breaks below. But it looks like we're holding it as support right now. The trend is still bullish. So, just to give you an insight on that, and you can see what's going to happen in the future. Guys, thank you for watching. Become a Patreon. I've got 7 tiers. I recommend, let me find it. Fan page, here we go. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier. It unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm staking, when I'm doing my trades or analysis, all of that stuff. They see these videos first. It guides them on their journeys. come over. It will help you. This tier here, let me find it. My exclusive VIP partner tier. This is the most popular one. If you can afford it, go for my next tier above. It's my super alerts tier. It's my CEO tier. It gives you access to my VIP Telegram group. In there, magic happens. I'm talking to them before I buy things, before I sell, and there's big money in that space. They know how to make money sharing great projects all the time, so come check it out. My whole Patreon account gives you that quick edge on this crypto market, so come check it out, have some fun. Thank you for watching. What's this? Wrong thing. No, let me go to my channel. Hold on. I should have brought it up. Hold on, I'm getting there. Here we go. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.